All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this corner out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back once again to Blame Your Brother, Nashville's third best podcast. We are back once again live here in the chat, so come hang out with us. BlameYourBrother.tv every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're doing a podcast called Blame Your Brother. There are three of us that come to you every week. I am 1/3 of that trio. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, Nick Nickum, and I am joined by this man who sits to the left of me. It's my actual brother. It's Lee.
Very humbled to be here. The one, the only, Ron Jeremy's bastard child. That's right, X1K. And, of course, the one and only, Mr. Communist.
And I'm also joined by the guy who sits to the right, the man who delivers disappointment every week. It's John.
John here, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. St. John, bringing the gospel to the brothers. Mr. PTI, the madman.
What did you say?
They got John Tortorella, a madman. They do. Okay, he's a madman.
All right, so that's three of us. Blame Your Brother, and we will be talking about the news, ourselves, all kinds of fun things, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna get everything started, but you know, we got to start off like we do every week. You know, we say things that offend people. People listen. They get agitated. So we have to offer this chance for us to apologize for things we said in last week's episode. So, Lee, let's just start with you. Is there anything you said?
We did have our legal team came back with some research. You know, we did get the 90-day ban on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true story. We are banned from streaming the show live on YouTube for 90 days. That's actually, and we don't know why, but
I have a couple of going theories.
Okay, here we go.
I think it has something to do with Google wanting to move into China. In China, we did get the 90.
Oh, they're on to you. Did you hear that? They're listening.
Show. They're listening.
Oh my God! Oh God! What's going on?
I think Google's afraid of the China
What's
stuff.
going on right now?
That's what it is.
Okay.
One more time. Come on. One more time. In China,
it's China.
Anyway, the legal team sent this back.
We're being monitored, bro.
I did not have time to watch any more than a few snippets of the stream. This is from YouTube.
Okay.
But did see the words sex toy and pedophilia mentioned.
Oh.
That could have triggered a strike.
Oh, strike one, strike two, strike three. You're out.
That's all I have.
You're
currently.
out. You're
that's
out.
all I have.
Okay. So are you apologizing for that?
No, that's just from the legal team.
All right. Good deal.
As far as my personal apologies from last week, I don't know. I got nothing.
Good. All right. John, what about you? Anything stand out?
Apparently, I've been told that
Yikes.
I need to start bringing the fire and brimstone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That I'm not bringing the heat. So I'm going to dust off my pastor shoes and I'll start bringing some.
Okay. Bringing the thunder.
Bringing the thunder.
I'm gonna get some preaching up in here.
Gonna get some male children in this mug. All right, well, I do have to apologize. Heather Simpson, Squeaky High, let me know that I need to apologize for the Australian accent I accomplished last week that I attempted. I guess
lack
I should say.
thereof.
Yeah, I didn't accomplish it. I attempted an Australian accent. Hello there, mate.
That is pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Again.
What, John?
Oh, man.
I mean, at least go Dumb and Dumber like put another shrimp on the bottom.
So bad. Hello there, mate. Okay, later. So I had to apologize. Sorry, Australia. Sorry, Outback. I apologize.
If you do in fact exist.
See, I really don't owe an apology because you actually aren't even real. But whatever. Point is, all right. We do have some comments though from last week. We'll go ahead and hit some comments, audio comments first that were sent to us. Just two quick comments, and we'll go over those. So here, this is from Hillary, who listens to the show, Hillary Fox. So here we go.
So I think I'm listening to like your latest video, and can I just say, you guys were talking about racism and Halloween costumes. Can I just say, and I don't understand why anyone didn't say this, I mean, a lot of things offend me about the way the world works and the way people are, but if somebody wants to dress like Barack Obama, then let them dress like Barack Obama.
All right, so that's the first one. Okay.
Did she go
So when I was a
on?
And then she said she offered a TSA story. This was a lot of this was on video, Instagram video, so I had to pull it from that. But she said TSA is a joke, and at one time she had they were upset that she had suntan lotion in, and I don't know if she says it or not. We'll see right here.
attendant. I was going through TSA line. They scan my bags and all that fun stuff. And I get to the crew room, and I
Well, anyways, it cuts off. She had bullets that they failed to find in her luggage. So they found the suntan lotion that was obviously a chemical weapon, but the bullets that were inside her purse were allowed to go through. So Lee, your TSA hate continues to be valid. It's
justified every time.
Valid, so
I love TSA. I love them, love them, love them.
yeah, John's going on a trip this week, so of course he's going to say that.
So yes,
Let's-
TSA, you got.
So when she was talking about our racist Halloween, we talked about Halloween racist outfits and what's racist and what's not and whatever. We had Todd Borcher write into the program on Facebook. And we encourage you, if you listen to these stories, you have anything to add or any questions, please write us and let us know. We'll go ahead and read his. So this is from Todd. He says, about 10 to 15 years ago, I dressed up in a hot dog costume. With that, I painted my face maroon to match the hot... Sorry. To match
Can't even read it.
To match the hot dog color of the costume. On our way to a party, we stopped for beverages in East Nashville. I sat in my car, face painted, but not in costume, waiting for the... Not in costume, okay? So the face is maroon. Meanwhile, a black dude was walking in front of my car, about to go to the store. The dude glanced toward me, stopped, turned me, and said, "What the..." You know. Needless to say, I wanted to leave ASAP. So there you go. An incident of a Halloween costume going horribly wrong. No hot dog outfit. Looked like blackface, and a black man walked by. That's how life seems to work, though. Like,
Can I just say I have that hot dog costume?
do you?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, you do actually.
And why would you paint your face for that costume?
Because he was in character,
He
man.
was going all the way, man.
He was going the full hot dog,
Okay,
as they say.
The full hot dog.
If you're gonna go full,
Never
hot
go
dog-
full hot
Never,
dog.
write that down. Never go
Never
full,
go
full hot dog.
When you go full hot dog, you might want to put on your hot dog costume
true,
and
yeah.
leave it on. Okay.
So, to wrap this up, Megyn Kelly's no longer with NBC or whatever program that's with because of her questions about blackface we talked about last week's episode. But Al Roker dressed up as Doc from Back to the Future and had white hair, and many people said, "Wait a second, you fired Megyn Kelly for asking about blackface, but then you came in and had white hair and you were playing a white guy on the show, and now
White hair?
Doc." You know who Doc is from Back
Right.
to the
What's
Future.
wrong with white hair?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but the people were like, "How dare you fire somebody for having a conversation about it, and then you come on playing a white guy the next week?" Because
Listen, people
well,
are
she was
just-
no, hold on. Oh, was she? Oh, I'm sorry. She was fired from the show, and they replaced her with 3 black individuals: Al Roker, Hoda, and someone else. So that was their.
That does seem a little tacky. Just a little bit.
Yes, that was the
After
response.
you explain it, that's a little tacky.
Yeah.
But speaking of never go full hot dog, did you see Shaun White?
He played somebody from Tropic Thunder, right?
Yeah, Simple Jack.
Simple Jack, who, if you don't know, is a character that Ben Stiller played in a movie, and it's the famous line, "You never go full retard." Right.
He's
So,
a mentally challenged.
mentally challenged individual, and people were upset about that as well. I just don't know where it ends. Like, why even get dressed up at this point? I mean, literally,
Well, just
it's not even
listen,
a real person, though.
Just stick to the sexy costumes.
Sexy costumes.
Just stick to the sexy
This
costumes.
is in major keys, sexy costumes. So thank you so much for commenting on that and getting back with us. We really appreciate it, and keep the comments coming. All right, so Lee, we'll get to our week. John, what's going on with you? You got a couple of trips coming up. You went on a trip.
Yeah, I'm going to Vegas next week. Taking the family. We, as most of our listeners know, my wife is pregnant, and so we're just doing a Babymoon.
Okay, go ahead.
So-
Now-
What? Can I
Yeah.
can I stop in and ask you a question on this?
Oh, here we go.
Are you sure?
Go ahead, man.
Okay.
Fire away.
Why would a pregnant woman and her husband and child want to go to Vegas on a vacation?
Google things to do in Vegas with kids.
What is the
And
I'm
there's a
asking
whole
you,
lot
not
of stuff.
Google. Just give it to me. Just
There's
give
a
it
lot
to
of
me.
stuff I've always wanted to do. Same thing with her. When I even like mentioned Vegas as an option, she just lit up. And so the look on her face was like, okay, we're going to Vegas.
Have you been to Vegas before?
I've yet to been to Vegas. This will be my first time. Same for her. There's a lot of cool stuff to do in Vegas that don't involve gambling and alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
Such as?
Well, you've got the Hoover Dam.
That's not Vegas.
In Vegas,
just
that
so you're
don't-
aware.
I mean, it's
You can watch the fountains.
the fountains at Bellagio.
Yeah.
That's cool. They've got a lot of shows. Magic shows, comedy acts.
You
A
can
lot
watch
of them
the
are family
fountains.
friendly. Yeah, they have a lot of exhibits and stuff. They have a Marvel superheroes exhibit. They've got a Titanic exhibit. They've got a mummy exhibit. Just a lot of stuff. They have a Coca-Cola factory there.
You know what? I'm sorry for asking, man.
That's what I thought.
What else you got?
What is Babymoon? I'm sorry. We need to go. What baby?
It's like a honeymoon.
Okay.
But it's for like expectant mothers, because when you
So it's a white person thing. Because I've literally.
Why's it gotta be white?
Because
Why
it's literally a white person
It
thing.
has nothing to do with
Oh my
any
God,
kind
dude.
of race.
Oh, it
It's a
is
white
totally a
person
white
thing. 'Cause
person. I've never heard a black person I've worked with, known, friends with. I've never heard a black person go, hey, you know what we're doing this weekend? I'm going on a Babymoon.
Oh,
No,
it is
that's
totally a white
total
person.
I've never heard a basic
Is that
person
instantly
thing.
where your thought goes to when someone says
Dude,
that?
it is totally true. And people will back it up. This is just the most basic thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, go ahead.
I don't think it has to do anything with race. I mean,
You
maybe
ever met?
maybe
whoa,
maybe
whoa,
it
whoa,
might
okay.
be more socioeconomic.
Have you ever met a brother going on a Babymoon?
Dude, I didn't know about Babymoons until after I got married.
How did you hear about Babymoon?
I've heard of Babymoons.
When
How have you not?
when we were pregnant with Asher, we had already had a trip planned and bought and paid for and everything to the Dominican Republic, and Robin said, "Oh, well, that'll be our Babymoon," and I was like, "Our what?"
Okay,
that's how I
so
found
you
out.
didn't know either. Okay, so you just and you don't think this is kind of
But I'm not
corny?
black, so it doesn't. Your point doesn't make any sense.
It's just
Why do people always have to bring race into an
I
issue
did this as your boy, man.
that has nothing to do with race? People show up in a Halloween costume. It's got to be racist. Someone says the word baby moon. It
people
has to
say
be racist.
pumpkin spice latte. What do
People
you think?
say
What do you
pumpkin
think?
spice
What do you-
latte. It has to
I
be
think
racist.
it's Starbucks.
You don't
That's
think
it.
basic white girls get dude? Come on, go on Twitter and do a search, guys. There's gifs all about it. A basic white girl. I joke with my wife because she loves all that punk. I say, you're a basic white girl. Basic white girl. See, with you not addressing race, that is as bad as people overreacting to
I
race.
just don't
See, we
see.
need to-
I just don't see it.
I don't agree with
I just
that.
don't see it like you do, man.
Jason said this must be a sister wives thing, so I don't know.
Everything to you is black or white. I just
everything-
see humans. I just see humans.
Everything, yeah, okay.
See
Don't see
humans.
color. Don't see. Okay, so you're going on this trip. You're going when?
We're leaving early Saturday, coming back on Wednesday.
All right, so you'll be back for the podcast. That's all I really care about. The rest of it, I heard something, blah blah blah, something. Okay, cool. All right, so
The Hoover Dam.
So now me and Lee last Friday went and saw an amazing music show. We went and saw Becky Warren's album release party at the High Watt. They were at the Cannery Row area. And I just got to say, I was blown away. I posted about it online. It was an amazing show. It was magic. It was a religious experience for me. We saw some great acts. Jen Starzink was one of the opening acts. She was fantastic. Sonya Lee was the middle act. And I'd never heard of Sonya Lee. Didn't know who this person was. And she blew me away. I was getting like just goosebumps from how good the music was for Sonya Lee. Did you kind of get that?
Oh yeah, outstanding.
Wow, it was great stuff. And then Becky Warren's just Becky Warren. You know, I thought that was hearing that music live was just hearing the bass parts, the guitar parts, everything.
It's something else, man.
And
I try to tell everyone I know, but just because this is the only person that wants to hear it, tell me. We talked about this. What was your favorite track off the new album?
So she's got a new album called Undesirable. You guys need to go check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon. Please go check it out. Go download it. Go buy it. Go stream it. Go do whatever you want to do. But my favorite track on the album is a song called Sunshine State. It's about, I think, the fourth track on the album. I've literally heard this album no lie, I would guarantee. My guarantee is I've heard this album more than anyone. I've probably heard it 60, 70 times.
I guarantee you that the person who made it has probably heard it more than
I
that.
thought maybe he had, but maybe not. I've heard it that many times. Like there was one point where that's the only thing I was listening to, where I know every track and can tell you all about it. Carmen was great live. It's another one. When she first
Brother,
came,
you're not even the person in the room that's listened to it the most.
I've
That's
listened
all
to it
I'm
more
gonna
than
say.
you, 100%. Undesirable.
How would we even prove that?
We wouldn't. But
There,
I remember
whatever.
David,
take
Lee, you could just say that you listened to it 100 times.
when we got
That's a higher number.
when
so.
me and Lee got the album, she sent it to us early. I remember listening to Carmen, and I was like, "Oh my God, this track!" And I texted her. I was like, "This track is blowing my mind right
it's
now."
crazy. That's a crazy good track.
And I say that because there's a music video out right now for Carmen. So if you go in and type Becky Warren Carmen, it's a really fun video. It's like a throwback video game type. It's got Pitfall, Qbert,
King Kong,
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
It's a really fun, cool video. The song's amazing. It's just I cannot speak enough of this album. This is the best album of the year.
The other cool thing about going to live shows is a lot of times you get to hear the artist tell a story, and she particularly always does this right in concept.
Mm-hmm.
And she dropped the bomb that song almost wasn't even they almost threw it off the album.
Right.
That blows my mind. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then it ends up just being this awesome, great song. But anyway, I was gonna say, I think I'm partial toward Half-Hearted Angel, man.
Okay. I mean, no, it's good. They're all. I'm just if you
There's
want
not a bad song on that.
standout track, Sunshine State. Go check it out. But yeah, that was great, man. And then I just found out that so we took a lift there. Lift driver was cool, super cool guy, black guy, if I can mention that. He was a black guy. He was telling us about how he does lift.
Lee saw a person.
He saw a
I
person.
mean, I did.
He's telling about how he's helping out his daughters into cheerleading now, and he takes all the money for Lyft and helps cheerlead. He was a super cool guy. I mean, one of the cooler Lyft drivers we've ever had, which is fine on the way there. Well, then on the way back, I left before Lee. How much, John, do you think at 12 midnight a lift from Cannery Row, downtown Nashville, to Lee's house would be, which is probably, like 5-6 miles away? John, what would you expect one to pay for a Lyft drive just to get back to Lee's place?
$20.
$35.
Daggone.
35.
Even 20 seems a bit high.
20 does seem high.
I'm
should've
guessing
waited.
for cabs.
If you would have waited 5 minutes,
I did wait 5 minutes,
Another-
and I waited another 5 minutes, and I waited another 5 minutes.
it was up to like 50 at one point, wasn't it?
It was
Like
up to $40.
$48?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm just saying, man, that isn't
Well, there was a huge concert next door, and it just let out.
Okay.
So
I'm
all
just-
those people got to
But
go home.
all that being said, well worth it. I'm wearing the Becky Warren shirt right here. If you're watching the video, this is one of my favorite shirts now of all time. I saw this shirt and I was like, I gotta have that shirt. Lee went over and bought one. I was like, I gotta get this shirt. This shirt, quality's great, but the design is amazing. I will be wearing this like nonsense. And people know I love my not playing stupid shirts. I wear them all the time. I'll be wearing this shirt all the time. So Becky Warren was very gracious, talked to us after the show. She thanked us for helping her get the word out, but really we are to thank for her coming to the program, for her putting out this album, for everything. So we're looking, if she comes back around to town, please go check her out. Please go check out that album. That's what I got to say. Now, this past week was Halloween, and now trunk or treat's a thing. Like this is, I don't want to say it again, but we know what kind of thing it is. But anyway, trunk or treat's a thing where certain people get together.
What kind of people?
I don't know. So socioeconomically higher people. How about that, John? They get together and they have candy that they give out in people's, cars in their trunk. Hence, trunk or treat. They dress up their cars,
Make it look-
theme.
yeah.
It's whatever. It's a good idea. I've done it. Lee's done it. John, have you done it?
Yes. Yes.
Now, I got a couple of comments. Number one. Is this are people thinking this is going to replace Halloween? Like that is the idea behind it, right? The idea is that kids will go to trunk or treat and then not go Halloween trick or treating, right?
I don't think it's that. I think 'cause a lot of them are directly related with churches,
Mm-hmm.
and so I mean, there's a sense of security. You got that feeling that I don't have to comb through my kids' candy.
I don't search
you
through
just-
my kids' candy at all, man. What are you
But
talking
isn't
about?
that what David just said? Is
Yeah.
that the trunk or treat would be a replacement for
Yes.
traditional
But it's not.
door-to-door?
It's also it's I've never been in one that was on Halloween. They've
No,
always
no.
been on a different day.
Yeah.
And so you can still go trick or treating. It's just another day of trick or treating, another chance to do it.
People, stop it. Just let's stop it,
dude,
okay?
It's a community event.
it's
okay,
lame.
it's so that the parents of the children can get together and socialize with the kids.
Okay, all right.
Don't you understand? Because it's like if people live all over the city, then you're going to take your kid in a car and no, you're supposed to go in a neighborhood. So it's just a place for a social setting where people can get together and celebrate.
I'm not there for social settings, man.
What
I
are
don't
you
take
there-
my. I don't
so
take.
what
look,
are you there for
when
Halloween
when I
for?
take my kids to Boy Scouts, or when I used to coach T-ball, or when I do Halloween, I'm not there to socialize with other parents. I do not want to be your friend.
Okay,
most
so
likely.
why are you
okay?
at the okay? So why are you at the trunk or treat?
Because my kids want to go.
Okay, so why do your kids want to go? To hang out with their friends? Who
No,
they might
they
not
didn't
be
hang
able
out.
to see.
No, they don't. They don't
want
hang
the
out with their friends. They
candy.
want the candy,
They
but then
want
they
the
don't.
candy.
I want the candies, really. But
So the only reason they go to trunk or treat is for the candy.
and to dress up, I guess. I don't
To
know.
dress up
but they're
and-
gonna dress up anyway. This
For
is
the
just
candy.
dumb, man. I want to get back to this.
Did you dress up your car?
No, I didn't. No, John. I don't really get dressed up at Halloween. I don't. But this social,
lame.
this
You're just
thing,
lame.
I think you nailed
Admit
it.
Could
though.
have been a sexy podcaster.
I was. I think Lee nailed it. This is an event. This is for parents to get together and socialize. I don't want. Listen, parents listening right now. If you listen to this, you just happen to come here and you think, I don't want to be your friend. Okay. My neighbor, I don't want to be your friend either. Like, we'll be friendly toward each other, but I don't want to be your friend. Okay. I will go find my own friends in life if I want them.
They don't really want to be your friend.
Yeah, they do.
No,
That's why they're
not you in particular.
Well,
Trust me.
That may be true. That's fine. And then we have understanding of each other. But I went to the trunk or treat. People are handing out candy like you're supposed to do. And then I got a CD given to me, a mixed CD given to my child. It was handed to me, though, because it wouldn't fit in his little Halloween bag.
Wait, some dude was handing out mixtapes at
His
the
name,
trunk or treat?
name was Big Daddy Jam. Big Daddy Jam. Now,
Wow.
I was very confused. I was like, what is this CD he's giving me? And again, I'm getting a point here. So anyways, it was like a kid's album, and me and my wife hated it, and my kids liked it a little bit, and it was very like corny. It was like Kid Rock. It's like, yo, you know who I am. I'm Big Daddy Jam. Like, I was like, oh my God, what is happening here? But I come to that to go, have you ever been that confident in anything you've ever done where you were literally hand out your mix CD to strangers at a kid's party? Like, we were in a band together. We would barely go out and promote shows that we were doing. We're in a podcast together. We barely tell anyone we know about the podcast. What possesses an individual to have that much confidence in themselves that a kid's album they put out is so good that they want to hand it to me and then I'll listen to it? Do you know this person? Like, John, are you that? Do you believe in yourself that much?
No,
okay. Like,
no.
who is that person that does though?
I think sometimes it's not. It's the lack of reality.
Yeah, I think.
There's something that doesn't click in. I mean, there's a certain part. I mean, I would not consider myself a pessimist, but I mean, there's a little bit of a realist. Certain things aren't gonna happen. You're not gonna win the lottery, okay?
Well, let's go.
You're not gonna-
I'm gonna play you some Big Daddy Jam just real quick. This is called the Potty Dance.
The potty dance?
Here we go. And this is called the Potty Dance.
You're a big kid.
This Kid Rock or what, dude? There's money. Like, this isn't like this isn't like some dude's basement, dude. There's some serious money put into this.
It's like
Oh, here we go.
do
John-
the deed.
John, do you like this, John? Because I think this is
I'm not a fan.
I think
no.
this is geared toward people like John, right, Lee? Because you know
Why
way,
it's got to be?
Lee, you're not into this, right?
No. This is like the Wuzzles, or what's that group?
The Wiggles.
Wiggles meets like Kids Incorporated.
I don't know what's going on. And then here's the Milk Mustache Jam. music for kids.
I'm looking fly like a guy in the wild, wild west with super dope boots and a hat and a vest and a little something more you ain't never seen before. When your eyes see you once, they'll wanna see you more. From a glass or a jug, I'm gonna chug a lug. Next thing you know, I got a white stain on my mug. I'm looking pretty hip when I take my final sip. All the ladies gonna flip when they see my upper lip. I got a milk mustache.
Okay, so anyway.
This is not even.
John
like
loves
weird
it. John loves it. You
John
do
does.
love it, John, and I know you don't want to admit
It's
it.
funny. It's funny. Yeah.
You love it. It's now available.
It's like Lonely Island, but G-rated.
I guess so.
That's
So
what I'm saying. What is the demographic here? 'Cause
I don't
it's not-
know.
It's not little kids.
I don't know. My kids actually like the Milk Mustache Jam. Nick wanted my.
I mean, musically, it sounds like Lonely Island.
Okay.
Well, that's why the guy's out there handing it out because he sunk some
Well,
money into it and he needs to make a little.
Would
of it
you
back.
would you have confidence, Lee, to pass out CDs of our podcast to people, random strangers?
That sounds like the lamest idea.
Okay,
ever.
thank you. I wish I had that kind of
But that's not
confidence.
even the same thing, though.
I wish I had that kind of confidence in
Well,
myself.
you'd have to have a severe lack in self-awareness.
Big Daddy Jam available on iTunes now, so go check
I
it
definitely
out.
wouldn't hand out this episode. Maybe that LeVar Bell episode.
LeVar Ball. Lee, let me tell you about why Lee is so upset. So there was an episode where it was just me and John because Lee, your daughter was born. And me and John did 2 episodes by ourselves. We interviewed Naja Sherman, who used to be on News Channel 2. And then me and John did a standalone episode where we talked about LeVar Ball of the Big Baller brand. If you don't know who that is, he's a father of an NBA player and he's a self-promoter. And it got a lot of views on YouTube. And Lee has brought that up every week forever since it came out. Why? What is your problem with the LeVar Ball episode, Lee?
I have no problem with it.
Oh,
It just-
come on, John. Does he have a problem with it?
I don't. There's some ire there.
I mean,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, why do you think I bring it up?
I guess you feel inferior, like the one episode you weren't.
No, why? What is the reason that I bring it up?
Why?
Because it continues to be the most listened to episode.
I don't know.
I'm trying to recapture that magic. That's all.
I don't know. There seems to be a little bit of a problem with it. I'm just saying. People
I'm
love.
just trying to bottle that episode. You know.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
I wanna-
your new nickname should be "Stay in Your Lane."
I want to hand that out as a CD to
Well, there you
people.
go. Well, it's
So
not-
I want, but I need like more than one track. You know.
I don't think it's really that great of an episode. I mean, it doesn't stand out as like best of, but the one where we talk about sex toys and pedophilia is obviously at the top of the list. It got banned.
Well,
by
it doesn't
YouTube,
have
so.
it doesn't have the people.
Okay,
Back in the numbers.
I also went to a pumpkin patch this past weekend, and I just want to say that people suck continuously. Like, people do not watch their kids. People just are the rudest individuals you've ever seen.
Have you ever seen a mirror?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever seen a mirror?
I make sure my kids are well behaved. They're not running over other kids. They're not jumping in lines. They're doing. Look, we're standing. We're literally standing here. It's a hula hoop game. So you take a hula hoop and try to throw it around like a sawhorse type thing. All right. As I'm trying to do this, 2 adults walk by right in front of us, and so I let the first one go, and then the second one I go, "Come on! Are you kidding me right now?" And the person turns around and looks at me and kind of shrugs her shoulders, walks away. 2 seconds later, that same adult walks right back out in front of us again. And I'm just like, "Come on!"
They're
Like,
agging you on, bro.
why are people just so rude in public? Like,
Well,
people don't.
technically you were rude.
No,
as well.
I was not.
Like the thing, like if you want them to be aware, you don't.
Hey, you
yell
cut
at
him off,
them.
man. He was about to tell you that you got it.
I was about to hit them with the hula hoop. Actually,
Well, maybe
That's
you
what I was
should
going to do.
have.
Why do people not watch their kids? Why is this a
So
thing?
you telling me every day of every moment you've watched your kids?
I am
You
very.
have never lapsed watching your kids.
I'm very self-aware when I
You
go
have
out.
never done anything. You have never let your kids do anything that would piss another person off.
I try not to. I probably have, but I'm very
Okay,
self-aware
so there
about
you
it.
go.
Is the self-awareness of America done? Like, people just don't give a damn anymore?
I
Like,
think it's just levels of self-awareness.
I'm just like going to crowds now, going at trunk or treat, going stupid pumpkin patch. I'm turning into like a person who just wants to stay inside, like an old crabby hermit
Maybe
or
you
whatever.
should.
But
maybe you should.
people are just the worst with their kids, with themselves, and they're just like, they're bumping into you. And I
So
just
what's the solution? Internment camps?
stay home.
Re-education centers?
Stay home, you poor people. Okay, it must be that. Maybe it's a socioeconomic thing, John. Is that what it is? Socioeconomic thing. I just had to get that off my chest. It just bothers me. I just watch your damn kids, people. You had them. Okay, you had them. You chose one way or another.
People would say the same about you.
You chose to have the kids. Okay, whether accidentally or on purpose. Watch the kids. Okay, there's been many times where I've had to grab kids up because they're about to get run over or something. I'm just like, where's the parent at here? Please watch your kids.
Okay, well, I think you need to start getting your resume together.
I feel like Larry David sometimes when I go out.
You need to start working for child services, man.
I feel like the whole world's like plotting against me sometimes.
Maybe like a superhero. Like you could wear some underwear, go around, swoop up kids, turn them into
I feel like I do.
Custody.
I feel like I do.
I think you just move them out of the road. See, really, you're the problem because you notice all this ill behavior and you never follow up. You never report it. So the parents think, oh, there's just going to be an angel swooping down and saving my kids.
You want the worst?
An angel with cold eyes.
You want the worst is like going to like a public pool or something. Like, forget about it. Like, that is the absolute worst of humanity. Like, a public pool brings out the scourge. If we wanted to really make this planet a little bit better, we would find everybody goes to a public pool and we just send them to Australia that doesn't exist.
Just bring back polio?
Just send them to another country and go. There's the ocean right there. It covers the whole country.
What
just
have
go
you
jump
seen
in
happen at a public pool?
Oh,
so
my
bad.
God, John. You tell me public pools are good?
I'm not saying they're good.
They're bad.
I'm just saying, give us the top 5. One thing in the top 5 that happened at a public pool.
Kids, people not watching their kids for sure. Just that's my big thing.
There's the worst thing that
there's
happened.
often a naked baby.
Yeah, there's naked baby. There's people
There's
peeing in the
nothing
pool
wrong with naked babies.
Peeing?
And we've all peed in a pool.
Oh, I have not peed in a pool.
I've never peed in a
I've
pool.
never peed in a public pool.
You guys have never peed in a pool before.
I've been to public pools where it got shut down because people are taking dumps in the public pool. Okay, it's like,
here's
holy.
the thing. I've yet to be in a pool where there's not a bathroom really, really, really close.
Yep.
You get up out of the pool, you go pee, you get back in the pool.
It's literally 20 feet from the pool. There's the bathroom right there. You can't take a 5-second break. I mean, my God, I think it's some of their bath. I think that's like, go get in the pool, little Jimmy. Go wash off a little bit. That's what I think it is.
That chlorine that's the same as shampoo.
It's better than shampoo. So I just said,
shampoo?
I don't know, man. What is wrong with society? Like, everywhere you go, people are just rude. They're like cutting you off. They're bumping into you. They're not paying attention. Phones haven't helped either. This week in the news, several people are now hitting children as they're getting on the school buses. I mean, like, come on. You can't take a second out of your day to pay attention to the road.
Wait, they're doing what?
This week, several kids got hit by cars as they were getting on the school buses because people weren't paying attention
How does that even
to
happen?
a bright yellow bus with a big stop sign on it. Like, literally, what else can we paint these things where you'll see them? It's just society. I'm telling you, man.
When did it start?
I don't know.
When have you noticed the
60s
increase?
maybe? The 1960s.
You weren't even alive
Free
in the
love,
60s.
man. Free love, dude.
You're blaming the hippies?
I'm blaming the hippies, man. It is... Rusty, I'm with David. I hate public pools. Everyone hate public pools. It is a fact.
Listen, I'm not saying that I enjoy public pools. Okay?
And unfortunately, I don't have enough money to have my own pool, so I'm with...
Listen. Sometimes you have to realize when you're saying all this about people, you got to look around and realize you're part of the crowd, brother.
That's true. I agree.
You're part of the crowd. You're part of the problem.
I'm like a bat, Lee. I don't fit in with the birds. I don't fit in with the mammals. Okay, I just fly by myself in the night sky. Yeah, I'm
just blind.
You could be the platypus.
Yep, I am the platypus of the human condition. I don't really fit in with the conservatives. I don't fit in with the liberals. I'm just a man on an island. I really just want my own island where I can just go there, do whatever I want, and just avoid everybody and just play Fortnite all the time.
He wants to just jam out to Big Daddy Jams.
That's it.
And listen, play Fortnite.
Milk mustache and just
and
Fortnite.
do the potty dance.
That's it. Do the potty dance. So
he don't need the floss. He's got the potty dance.
All right.
Okay. So in that vein, I think I have a story that I wanted to get to.
Oh boy, here we go. So we're gonna hit some stories now. See what happens.
So to get on the thing, everyone's horrible. This is a story that comes out that this is a daycare for small children where they have discovered a fight club. So the kids would bring Hulk fist into school, and the teacher would encourage them to basically battle each other.
Little Jimmy Smash.
Which is sad because this isn't the first time I've heard of that, but go ahead.
What do you mean it's not the first time?
I've heard of other stories of this happening.
Like what happened?
If kid fight clubs, the adult daycare workers were allowing the kids to fight each other and trying to see who would win. So what happens here? So these kids are So these kids are, I'm going to describe, the kids are in a circle right now. And this kid is wearing Hulk, like Incredible Hulk. They're both wearing Incredible Hulk clothes. And this kid, this is MMA style, is on this other kid pounding and grounding. Another kid tries to come in and help pull him off. And apparently one of the workers says, no.
The teacher is filming.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves. That's it. And okay, I'm not even gonna. We could get further into detail about this video, but we're not gonna do that. But,
why not, David? What don't you want to mention about the video?
It's okay. So it's a young white kid versus a young black kid in the middle. Well, the young white kid's actually showing some pizzazz here. He's actually kicking the.
What does that mean?
So you got like mini Conor McGregor.
Yeah, you got a Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather right there situation. What would you do if, honestly, we all have kids now, and then, serious question, if your kid was involved in this and you witnessed video of your kid getting pummeled by another kid, what, Lee? I want to know first off, what would you do, honestly?
And their excuse, by the way, was we're bored and ran out of things to do.
Okay. What would you do?
I mean, I would pull them out of the school.
That's it?
Obviously.
Ooh.
I mean, first and foremost.
Is there some lawyer money to be had here? I don't know. Maybe I looked at a lawsuit.
Should be, yeah.
I mean, I would be down there probably fighting on my own accord. Like, somebody's getting bodied over this.
Wouldn't be using no Hulk fist either.
No, I mean, this is wild, man. Like, and this is the problem of allowing your kid to go to a school, a daycare, or getting on a school bus. Is that at some point...
I wasn't going to kick the crap out of you, but I didn't have anything else to do.
I mean, you have to let your kid go into these settings, and you're trusting these adults. And I just told you, adults are the worst for the most part. And John, what would you do if this happened? If you witnessed
I
this
would
video,
be livid.
Would you go down there?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how parents don't go down there and just start their own fight club. Like,
I think there's lawsuits pending and
lawsuit, small suit. Who cares?
Listen,
like, what
dude,
is?
You're not gonna solve anything by going down and beating up or trying to beat up a teacher.
I do want to say, if my kid,
what is that gonna prove?
I do want to say though, if my kid was winning, it might be a little bit different. If my kid was the one on top, I might be, kids
Let's
are kids.
put some money on it.
Kids
next
are
time,
kids
right?
are kids. I would be kind of.
But I mean, okay. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Let's run with that. Like what you should be doing if your kid's running.
Your luck.
Yeah.
Your luck is the same as mine.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
With Jake being in martial arts, the other kid's parent would try and sue you.
They probably would sue me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You should be like getting them to put on the Hulk hands and running an obstacle course, like doing some shadow boxing, like no dinner until you do your laps. Get them on the rope, jump rope.
You could be the next LeVar Ball.
There you go. I am. Big baller brand.
No, not LeVar Ball. Who's the guy that used to do the street fights? Died of a heart attack.
Oh, Kimbo Slice. There you go.
Raise your kid to be Kimbo Slice, baby.
Tank Abbott, Yeah.
Sit there. You should be in the background yelling, "World Star!"
What
Star.
are these adults? I mean, honestly, what are these adults thinking?
Honestly, I think I know.
Okay.
They saw it as innocent. The kids probably get out on the playground. Listen, hear me out. The kids get out on the playground and they fight anyway, right? They run around, they punch each other, they shove each other. They jump on each other like that, and they're like, well, we'll put Hulk fist on them and just supervise it, and it'll be fine. They're going to do it anyway, at least if we watch them.
I mean, there are parents out there, and you've seen them. You probably related to some of them, where their kid will cuss and they'll laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I have seen that.
Yeah, and it's not good parenting. And it's things like that lead to this.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think Lee's right. They're going to do it. It's lazy.
Yeah.
And so they're going to do it anyway. Let's just make it safe, which it's not.
So we put Hulk hands on them, yeah.
If you do get the chance, please look at the video and see this kid's on top of the kid.
So what if you're
just wailing on him?
What if your daycare had like a karate club?
If I know about it, and I'm okay, and
that's the decision that the parent gets to make ahead of time. That's completely.
I mean, my
different.
kid's in karate, and he does spar with other kids, and I'm fine with it because I've enrolled him in that
so if
kind
he
of
brought
behavior.
home the permission slip for Hulk Fist Fight Club, would you sign that or not?
No, I would not sign it. But if I did sign it, then I would have to be okay with it. So I don't know. It's just pathetic.
Like the thing is, I think some would sign it.
Okay, let's talk about how bad white people are. Because we talked about it.
I feel like we've done that all.
Just get to the story, because you brought it up before we got here. I didn't bring up the news stories. Lee does, okay?
I don't know which story you're talking
about. Don Lemon of CNN doubles down on claim that white men are the biggest terror threat, and they must be stopped. Okay. Lee, do you want to set this up?
I don't even.
So
I know nothing about it.
In the synagogue attack, which is terrible, very, very bad. I sound like Donald Trump there. Very, very bad. A lot of people lost their lives. Man went to a synagogue and killed a number of Jewish people. And then there was the guy that was mailing all the pipe bombs to all the representatives that stood against Trump. I guess they're both white guys. The one guy's Hispanic, but that's technically white if you define it by the FBI standards. But anyways, so Don Lemon gets on there and says that white men are the biggest terror threat to this country, and that's who we need to be stopping. Lee, what is there any?
Does he have the data to back that up?
I think he's just going on terror attacks as of recently is his only data. I mean, if you look at data,
if you think about all those people that walk into schools and shoot people, that walk into churches and synagogues and shoot people, if you think about the Oklahoma City bombing, for instance, maybe he is right. Maybe if you do it purely analytics, I would like to see the data on it, but maybe he has a point.
Okay, but when we talk about Trump, talks about racial they want to profile people.
Well, it's different to say that the biggest terror threat in history so far happened to be of the male white persuasion, as opposed to saying white men are the biggest terror threat.
There's not much difference in that.
There's a huge difference.
Honestly, here's the thing. What you were just saying, that everyone here is horrible, right? Like, everyone is horrible.
Right.
Right? So what is the minority in this country?
What is the minority?
The majority, sorry.
Oh, is it white people?
It's Caucasian people.
As of today.
And then who has the most of the power in the gender spectrum?
The white people,
so
white men.
By that very definition, then who is the biggest threat? Ourselves.
I guess the white.
Maybe he does have a point. Maybe he does have a point.
Is this not what they don't want done, though? They don't want police officers profiling black men, right? Like, that's the big thing. Black Lives Matter. They don't want police officers shaking them down. When he comes out and makes statements like that, he's doing the exact same thing that he wants stopped on the other end. Is that not crazy? Wait, am I crazy for saying this? Like, you literally are doing the exact same thing you hate, but you're just flipping the other side of it.
Yes, that to fight racism with racism is complete insanity. But maybe what he's doing is trying to wake some people up, because here's the thing: if someone says, if a politician gets on the news and says, there's caravans of migrants heading to America that are going to destroy our way of life.
I agree.
People don't see that as themselves, so they don't care. But if someone comes on the news and say white men, and all of a sudden that's about them, all of a sudden they stop and pay attention. All of a sudden they're actually going to go and read maybe what this guy has to say. Maybe they're going to look into the data analytics. Maybe not, but even if one person was reached, I think this guy has done his point. Like, if you can't handle him saying that white men are a big terror threat, could you imagine being a Muslim American in this country?
I cannot, actually.
Could you imagine?
No, I cannot.
When Donald Trump became president, what was the first thing he did?
Yeah, and he did say things like that, and I didn't support that. I don't support this. I just think we're so tied into these constructs that the media and that he's created, and I understand why both sides are upset at each other now. Like, you're the reason these synagogues are attacked, and you're the reason, the media's the reason, this is the reason. It's just this constant barrage of things like this that is national media. This isn't like people in a barber shop or a coffee shop talking about this. This is a guy on national media who has an audience that's liberal for the most part, saying things like this. It's just not good for a dialogue or conversation.
I agree with what you're saying, that to fight racism with racism is complete insanity. But in this particular instance, I give him the pass only because it is the white men who need to wake up and cause change. And they're not. They're the ones promoting hate and violence.
But they're the ones with the power, and that's the struggle. You're right, that the people at the top are never going to give up their power where the other people can have power with them. I understand that 100%.
Right now, white men are the most vocal racist in this country, without a doubt. With that alone, then I'm giving him the pass on that.
Okay.
And then, if we can all get a little more woke, maybe we can talk to him and be like, look, we need to come together. Like that's obviously the platform we
This
want
is just
everyone to be on.
This is just a minority. This is a small minority of white people, though, to say this. It is. It's just. It's wild to me. I'm sorry, but it's like me saying that black people are the reason for crime in an area. It's wild to say that.
But there's white men saying that right now.
Well, they're idiots. And why are we listening to them? Why are we giving them a platform? Why are we giving this guy a platform to say things like this?
I think it's only
and
because
he says
of the dynamic I just talked about.
He says, and we need to do something about it. That's the That's the thing not in the headline.
Here's another thing.
What do we need to do about it?
Look at the headline. Doubles down. That means he's tried this before and it did not work.
No, I think people called him out on it, and he gave them a chance to clarify what he said or apologize, and he said, "No, I just want to state with pure, clear intention. This is what the problem is."
All right. Well,
but anyway, yeah. I mean, I think we all understand the problem. But that's why I think he gets the pass.
All right. Here's one more story, and then we gotta go.
So we got this one from Scoop Nashville.
Okay, Scoop Nashville's sponsor of the show. Go to scoopnashville.com. We can get all the scoops in Nashville, all the great stories. And so we have picked a story that stands out this week. We're going to read it and discuss it. And this one is Canadian man, the great Canadians are so nice. Canadian man had drugs mailed to a Nashville hotel before his visit was #busted.
So this is a story we did not talk about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The entire country of Canada legalized cannabis.
Yes.
Completely free, not medical, just if you want to buy it, you can buy it.
Good for them.
So this guy is Canadian. He's going to visit Nashville, and he ships a box of drugs to his hotel room.
The Bobby.
He had 2.8 grams of cocaine. Is that a lot, John?
Why are you asking me?
35.3 grams of marijuana edibles. Is that a lot, David?
Is that a lot, Lee?
I don't know.
Oh,
and then
please. Oh, come on.
2.1 grams of ecstasy.
I don't even know what grams are. Why is this not?
It's Canadian.
Come on, get Jason. Come on.
It's empirical system.
Give us
Let's
some.
see. A kilogram is 2.2.
Listen, we're dumb.
Pounds.
We're dumb white men. We don't understand what grams are. That could be like a suitcase. That could be a baggie. I don't know how much it is. Apparently, it's a lot. So anyway, so he had them mailed to him, which is always a bright idea.
Right.
And what happened?
They found it. I don't. How do you think they found it though?
That's a good question. I have no idea. How do police find it? I guess if you.
I mean, did they find it at the hotel or did they find it before it even made it there?
I don't know.
Jason said it's about 20 pills worth.
Okay,
which is a good amount.
That's quite a weekend.
Yeah, I mean the edibles seem like a lot too. I don't know how much 35.3 grams is, but that seems like a lot. So he came here, and now what happened? He's arrested. Is he
Homeland Security contacted the police department, and they intercepted the package. So
what would you have?
So they kind of got wind of it before it even made.
But
it
he
to
has
the
been
hotel.
released to Canada, so he's back home.
He's back home.
Back home.
How did he get out of that?
I don't know. It's Canada. You know,
That is a lot of drugs.
Yeah, it is a lot of drugs. But he said he was just going to share them with friends and family.
So have you ever thought like, hey man, like I'm going to get some drugs shipped to me? Like, does that ever cross your mind?
I think most people are too afraid to do it, but I've had some friends that have done it before, and they said as long as you do it a certain amount and you pack it a certain way, you're fine. Is what I've heard.
This is breaking news.
You'd have to have some balls to do that though. So, but people do it every day, and they can't search every package that goes through the mail. I mean, but it must have been the amount that kind of stood out. And he sent them to the hotel, so maybe like. So anyways, all right. Well, if you want to read great stories like that, you go to scoopnashville.com. You got other great stories. They're all on there. Great stuff, real-time data. You can send them tips on there. And it's always great stories, wacky stories. Nashville woman sold fiber powder and horse supplements as drugs. It's got editorials on why Chief Anderson's private apology isn't enough and so forth. So go check out scoopnashville.com. Guarantee you will be pleased. All right, well, that will be your pleasing segment, and probably be disappointed because we're up to the segment where John busts out the disappointment cannon. It's Dear John. All right, so someone has sent us a question. Lee is going to read it, and John's going to try to give an answer. Here we go.
This one comes in. Dear John, okay, so I'm nervous. I have a date tomorrow, and it's at a nice opening of a restaurant. Now, I'm not really a classy kind of style. Like, I wear ripped jeans in my daily life. So, I have no idea what to wear. I'm a good-looking guy, so it's not a problem what I look good in. I just don't know how to dress myself in a nice situation. I've always been poor before now. Help me out. What do I wear? From Beast in the East.
Oh boy. So fancy date. He's used to wearing ripped jeans. Tell him what to do, John.
2 words. Groupon suit.
I knew you were going to say
Groupon
that.
suit.
You would have
That's the middle road right there. See, you got your you don't have to bust the bank account, but you get yourself a decent suit. You said it's a nice restaurant. You don't have to go the route of the suit, but hey, if you're going to swing for the fences with the fancy restaurant, swing for the fences with the outfit. Get yourself a suit. Some of them come with ties. So it's boom, boom.
Did it show you how to tie the tie? Because he said he's poor, so he may never.
You can go on if you're listening to us. You have access to the internet. You can go on YouTube, look up how to tie a tie. There are several different ways. Just go with the half Windsor. That's the easiest one.
You know who taught me to tie a tie? John Tortorello did. I had a interview for a job. And my dad had only given us clip-on ties our entire life. So I said, John, you got to come over here now and tie this tie for me. And then, kind of learn from there. But so first date, fancy restaurant. Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
So, okay, let's attack that. What is a ideal? Where should he really be taking this individual?
Well, can I just back up to give him some clothing advice here?
Oh, John's totally ridiculous. I mean, go ahead.
There's only a couple of restaurants in the world where you should wear a full suit to.
Okay,
especially at an
go
opening.
Go ahead.
You want to keep it a little bit more casual, especially on a date.
Like how?
I would say probably some jeans without holes in them. Go buy you some nice dark colored jeans and a sports jacket. If you want to do a button up or down, that's good. Get something with a little bit of color. Maybe, a new belt, some nice shoes. You're good.
A Groupon suit, you think a date would be impressed with that?
Hey, there's never been a date in the history of mankind that was impressed with a Groupon suit, okay? We proved that definitively on our YouTube channel. You can go watch the video. Like, you sniffed it right out. I think everyone else will too. Like, if you do want to go the full suit, just go get yourself, like, Men's Warehouse.
Yeah,
where they
Warehouse.
measure you,
go.
And they get you something a little bit more fitted. Not small, medium, or large,
No, they have correct sizing on Groupon.
No way! Stop it!
Yes.
How would they know what your
measure
correct size?
yourself.
Oh, okay.
I get it, but don't do it.
Most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time, your jacket size correlates to your waist size.
You think this guy knows any of that? I mean, yeah, I guess he's.
If he knows
now,
his jeans pant, if you know your jean size,
he may not. He said he doesn't know anything about.
How does he buy jeans with holes or not? You still got to buy them.
Tries them on.
Okay.
All right, but eventually you're gonna be like, gee, I've gotten these 3630s 12 times in a row.
So Rusty's
that might be my size.
Rusty's got a few.
Don't listen to John on the clothing, but
Rusty's got a few ideas on what are some ideal first date locations. Okay, so I'll just throw. Rusty says Olive Garden or Red Lobster. What John or Lee? What are some ideal first date locations?
If you.
Oh boy!
If you take a first date to a Red Lobster, then
no.
I don't. What dating app are you on? Even I don't. Is that like?
I'm not gonna knock. I'm not. The food part on your first date is not. It's not the gonna be the most important thing.
Why are you crapping all over Red Lobster for, man?
It's just not some place you would want to take a first date. You might as well take them to Applebee's or something.
What's wrong with Applebee's? Okay, Lee, what are some ideal first date locations?
Do you really know what Applebee's sub motto is?
No.
Let us microwave your food for you.
Okay.
Okay, you don't go to Applebee's.
Tell me some ideal first dates.
You go find something local that's kind of hip.
Like a Coco Italian's Market.
Coco Italian Market.
I would agree with that.
That's a good one. There's all,
hole in the wall places.
Maybe
places
even,
like she wouldn't go on her own.
Okay, what about what about a Shogun's or something? Is that good?
That's better than a Red Lobster.
Okay.
Right.
So what
Hibachi
about
is good.
Olive Garden?
No Olive Garden.
Okay, John, what do you think? What are you thinking?
To me, I would not focus on the food for the first date. I would focus on the activity. Do something that's going to be fun, that you can talk about, and you can enjoy yourselves. If you run out of things to talk about, you can talk about the activity itself. I mean, it's a little juvenile, but I mean, putt, stuff like that.
Okay.
Something fun.
What about alcohol? First date, yay or nay? Lee?
I mean, I'm saying yay without a doubt.
John,
if
I know you don't drink.
You got to be.
but-
I mean, do it sparingly. Don't come off as a lush on your first date.
I just say honesty.
Be smart.
Jason Steen says love circle and a picnic. I mean that's a big reach, but
that's a big risk. 'Cause
maybe
if
a
you-
second or third date, right?
If you run out of things to talk about, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's true. You do need something to keep you going. What about movies on first date? No.
No movie.
You could do a movie.
No movie.
But it's gonna be a long date because you don't want to just do the movie because
Right.
you can't talk.
That's true. And then
I mean, are you guys really that worried about running out of stuff to talk about? That's your concern?
I'm not.
That's like that. Okay.
I mean, I'm not.
I'm talking about I'm talking about chemistry building activities.
We've never met before. We're going on a date. We ran out of things to talk about. Let's not see each other ever again.
Well, maybe he's
Thank
shy, but
you.
what if they're shy? I mean, you're talking us. Yeah, Lee. Yeah, we're never going to run out of things to talk about. They'll probably tell us to shut up at some point. They'll say, yeah, let's go to a movie where you'll shut the hell up. But I'm talking about you're a shy person. You're nervous. It's a first date. You don't know the person. John's saying, and these people are saying, pick something where if you do get nervous and shy, you can kind of work your way into like putt-putt or bowling or something like that where it's like when an actor who can't, like when they have musicians in movies, they'll always give them something to do with their hands, or they'll have them do an activity where their lack of acting won't show out. It's the same thing with a date. You don't want all of your bad traits to show through on the first date. You want to stay busy, and they'll stay busy as well.
Okay, let's just run down the line. First date with your wife.
Where was my first date?
Run down the line. Start with John.
We went to World of Coke and the aquarium in Atlanta.
World of Cocaine. You're never going to run out of anything to talk about then.
I mean, man, it's been 18 years ago.
You don't even know. You're not allowed to say. Just make something up.
I mean, it was many a nights at Cafe Coco.
Yeah, probably a coffee house, I think, is actually where we went. And then first night out to go eat, probably somewhere like Coco's or something. Like, it wasn't that, but it's like some Italian place like that. I would believe the local thing is good, but don't show up wearing a Groupon suit. That is a surefire way
I'm
to
saying
never get a second date
most
again.
people are not going to be able to tell the difference.
Oh.
Especially if it's a first date. They're not going to be like, oh, you about to sit at Groupon. They're not going to know.
I don't know. Okay. So that's it. Groupon suit. That's it. That's
I
Dear
guess
John.
I don't get to answer.
Though you're answering right now. You already
said it. You said jeans and a jacket with a button up. That's what you said.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking
Let's
about?
run down the line and do first dates.
Oh, what was your first date?
Don't worry about
what was your first
Don't
date?
Don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
Forget about it.
No, go ahead. We got all
let's
night.
Run the next segment.
What was your 1st date?
Don't even worry
what was your
about
first date, Lee?
You don't even want to know.
Please, we'll never be able to
know.
sleep tonight if we don't hear
I know,
what your
that's what I'm
first date
saying.
was.
Let's just move
The
on.
public
Let's
wants
just
to
move
know.
on. We'll see if they do.
John, do you take your first wives with you on the date when you're meeting with the other 5? From Jason in the chat.
Of course.
Lee, where was your first
They
date?
got to get along.
Don't worry about it.
Give us the goods.
Don't worry about it.
Because you don't know.
I do.
No, you
but
don't.
It's cool.
No, you don't.
He forgot.
He forgot.
That's all good.
I understand. All right. Well, that's it. That's Dear
We
John.
do know alcohol was involved.
Yes. You were buzzed or drunk on your first date, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go. All right. Well, I mean, that's it, man. That's the end of the show. You got anything we missed? Was there any
Got
topics?
our keys, man.
Oh, crap, man.
Keys.
I was still thinking about that Groupon
We
suit.
can't
Forgot
get a
about
go
that.
of the keys.
Major key.
So let me give you a major key. Where is the key?
That is not the key. I want the key.
Give us the keys. So let me give you a major key.
And you really do have the key.
Everybody stand up right now. Everybody. I got the keys now.
Time for your major key. I do want to say, Rusty said go to an escape room. Do not.
As a first date?
Hell no. Don't ever go to escape room.
I like them,
Listen,
but I mean, don't go as a
listen,
date.
I'm just going to tell you, art museum, music show, comedy club.
No, comedy clubs too.
You're done.
I wouldn't do that. Okay.
Whatever.
All
if
right.
they can't laugh at a comedy club, just
Time for the major key, where we take a life lesson from today's episode and we put it out there, and you have a list of things to live your life by. Lee, what is our major key for
I think this week it's never go full hot dog.
That's it. Never go full hot dog.
Everybody.
It's your major key of the week. Yeah, boy. All right. Well, that's it. We've come to the end of the episode. Went fast. Hopefully you guys learned something, or at least were entertained for a little bit. We are Blame Your Brother. If you want to check out more of the show, go to blameyourbrother.net. That's our website where we have every past episode there. We also have articles by our amazing writer, Adam Cox, who writes about pop culture, TV shows, music, all kinds of good stuff. You'll love it. If you love kind of pop culture, check it out. Our website's got all of our stuff on it, all of our social media platforms were available. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn. If your podcast got it, it's there. Go check it out. And if you're going to be buying stuff on Amazon, which we all do because Amazon is the world empire now, there's a link on there. If you can help us by going there, go to blameyourbrother.net, click on that Amazon link, directs you back to Amazon, and then any purchase you make, we get a small percentage of sales. That helps us out immensely, more than you know. And also, we're on Radio Vegas Rocks. RadioVegas.rocks is the website. It is an internet radio station out of Las Vegas. It is fabulous. They've supported us since episode 1. We really appreciate it. Jay and his whole crew do a good job. They got other podcasts, other great shows. So go to RadioVegas.rocks. Check that out in your spare time. You can check out some great shows. And if you want to email us, there's a form on there. If you want some advice about Groupon suits, go fill that out and come to us, and we'll try to help you out on the show. And if you got any comments as well, please send those to us. Post them on Facebook, Twitter. We would love to hear your comments on what we talked about, public pools, trunk or treat, first dates, the evil white man, whatever you want to email us about, we'll definitely touch on the show. And like I said, go tell everyone about the podcast, go tell about the show, share it with all your friends and all that. So I guess with all of that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
Welcome to Memory of the Week. Today is Thursday, November 1st, the 305th day of 2018. There are 60 days left in the year. This is All Saints Day. On November 1st, 1952, the United States exploded the first hydrogen bomb, codenamed Babymoon, in the Marshall Islands. That is today's Memory of the Week.
This must never
David,
be
Sean,
seen
and Lee,
by anyone.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Has anybody seen this?
Nobody has seen this.
They have to be found and talked to.